The US Supreme Court's most recent decision on LGBT rights is both simple and profound. It is simple in the sense that the court was asked a straightforward question and gave a straightforward answer. The question was, does Title VII, our federal law that prohibits sex discrimination in workplaces, along with discrimination based on race, color, religion, and national origin, does this law protect against discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity? And the simple and straightforward answer was yes, it does. As Justice Gorsuch, a Columbia graduate, put it, an employer who fires an individual for being gay or transgender fires that person because of traits or actions it would not have questioned in a person of a different sex. The employers in this case, one was a government agency, another was a skydiving company, and the third was a funeral home, all defended their decision to fire the plaintiffs in these cases, saying that they were free to discriminate based on sexual orientation and gender identity, and that sex discrimination did not have anything to do with this. The federal government, the US government, made these same arguments, and indeed has taken many steps, both recently and from the outset, to instill discrimination against transgender people in healthcare, in school settings, in the military. But the US Supreme Court, in the context of these employment discrimination cases, rejected the argument that sex discrimination does not provide protections for LGBT people. In doing this, it rejected an effort, in my view, to carve a giant hole in our sex discrimination laws. Now, will this mean an end to all discrimination against LGBT people? Of course not. As we know, the law can well and does and should set standards for society, hopefully better, not always, as we know too well. And it does provide important remedies for discrimination for individuals who bring claims and go to court. But making law meaningful all over the place in all workplace settings requires leaders of businesses, of companies, of institutions, of governments to build a commitment to non-discrimination into their workplace culture, and a broader set of societal changes to address the many ways in which discrimination based on sexual orientation, gender identity, race, religion, disability, and many other aspects of all of who we are, ways in which these kinds of discrimination can infect workplaces and interactions unless it is addressed directly and persistently. Still, we have moved from a situation where last week, less than half of American states provided protection against sexual orientation and gender identity discrimination to now having nationwide protection. And we have the first ever decision from the US Supreme Court recognizing the full humanity of transgender people. So in June, the traditional month for LGBTQ pride celebrations, this decision is certainly one to celebrate.